If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
And welcome to the Hampton Roads Show. Today, our live audience from the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. Coming up a little later, we'll find out about a star-studded fundraising gala and how you can be part of the fun.
And we have two chefs in the kitchen today, Eric Dornberger from Atlantic Shores in Virginia Beach and Johnny Moe from Mallards in Onancock. They're giving us a sneak preview of this year's March of Dimes Signature Chef's Auction with a little chef throwdown. Who will win?
And she is a Global Messenger athlete, volunteer, daughter, and friend. In this morning's I Am Hampton Roads, find out what gives this Special Olympics athlete the drive to keep on competing.
And if you would like to see Chris Brown this Sunday night at Farnborough Live in Virginia Beach, thanks to the brand new Bounce TV, we're giving away a pair of tickets on today's Hampton Roads Show.
And Fall Cleaning Week continues today as we show you how you can freshen up your fall inside and out. And it all starts with the pressure washer.
What was that?
It's one of my favorite tools. Every man loves the pressure washer.
Do you have one at home?
I do.
Oh,
I love
That's
it.
one of those like instant gratification things.
Yeah, you feel powerful.
See it come off.
It's almost as good as the blower. Anything with a lot of power, men love that.
Right, absolutely. And you know, even Amy Voke is here to talk about organizing. Power washing your home is on her list of things to do. So there you go.
Pressure washing. And speaking of power and pressure, Chris Brown, does he apply the pressure in the shows?
I'm going to Chris Brown on Sunday. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great performance. I love to dance, and so I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait to hear your review.
I'll probably have some little video. I'll try to send it through. But yeah, we're giving away tickets for that, so make sure you watch to find out how you can get those. But starting with our hot topics this morning, of course, you know, it's unfortunate news. It's bittersweet. Of course, Steve Jobs passed away last night. Founder, CEO of Apple. I mean, when you just hear the word Apple, you just think iPad, iPod, iTouch, iPhones, and so it just really goes to show, I mean, everybody at home right now, if you just think of all of the technology that you have, whether it's an iPhone or an iPad, which actually we have right here, what has he done for you? What has he done for the world? I mean, he's completely changed the way that technology has gone, and it's just, I'm wondering what the future will be like. I mean, I'm sure he has people in his corner thinking about what's the next step and what's the next invention, but he was a pretty awesome guy. I mean, if you have to say the least. iPhones, iPads, which we always have here on the show. These are Stephanie's. We're always taking the pictures of it. But like on the Today Show this morning, Matt Lauer, he was just saying of all the people in their audience, he says that were outside. He's like, if you have an iPhone or iPad, everybody was holding it up. So just goes to show that the impact that he had.
I like the fact that he's being called the modern-day digital Da Vinci as an inventor. And not everything he invented worked, but apparently a lot did, and took the company from $5 billion in 2000 to $350 billion today. So one of the richest companies in the world, and left an impact on everybody, it seems, and made everybody a little bit closer with the technology.
And he had to, overcome some obstacles too. I mean, it wasn't always smooth sailing. As you said, some of his ideas, didn't work, and then there were difficulties early in forming the company because, I mean, he wasn't the CEO for a while, and then he reclaimed it. 4 years later, had some differences with his first partner in the business as well. But, he had an idea that life was going to be short for him because he had pancreatic cancer. So you wonder how he prepared, what his plans are, what ideas in development are in a vault somewhere, at Apple. I mean, I feel like his legacy will definitely continue with the ideas. And it's also got people talking about the fact that, here's a guy who dropped out of college and pursued his passion, built a computer board in his garage. And it just kind of out of curiosity, I just looked up today other, very successful people who don't have a college degree. Walt Disney's on the list, Dave Thomas, who founded Wendy's, Brian Williams, Peter Jennings, prominent news people, Rachel Ray, John D. Rockefeller, Simon Cowell, Abraham Lincoln, one of 9 presidents who didn't go to college. Julie Andrews, Michael J. Fox, Sean Connery, probably pretty common in the entertainment world when somebody just kind of goes out there. And even Amancio Gaona, if I'm saying his name right, he's the man behind the Massimo fashion brands and, many others. So, I don't know, it just kind of makes you think again, do you absolutely have to have that college degree to be successful?
Most of the people you were talking about on that list are creative thinkers, and if you have the creative mind, Bill Gates. Yeah, if you have the creative mind, it might be a little easier to be successful because the mind is thinking creatively. And does that make a difference? Education, does education create the creativity?
Well, I mean, one of the folks on this list, I can't remember which one it was, said, not having a degree does not mean not having an education.
Right.
You know, and even in my case, I do not have a college degree, but I got my education in journalism and broadcasting through the Navy's training, which was more like a vocational school, you know, so it doesn't mean, you know, you don't have to have a degree and things will just happen. You still have to pursue the knowledge about what it is that you want to do to be successful. And there are still those professions that you just can't get around not having a degree. Teaching, for example.
Or like engineering, but like in the field of entertainment, or I mean, my undergrad degree is in mass communications, but I wouldn't go pursue a master's in mass comm. This industry is based on experience, and that's what a lot of people were telling me when I was trying to get into it. They're like, you got to get in a station, you got to get your feet wet, and it's just a matter of getting that first, you know, foot
first
in the door.
Internship.
Yeah, first internship, no money, eat ramen noodles.
Learn for the best.
And then go through your first hurricane here.
Right.
So,
wow. So we're talking about Steve Jobs and his impact. What did how's he impact your life? And is the education 100% necessary? Can you get an early start and be successful?
Or do you have to do it right after high school? I mean, think about when you're supposed to declare a major and pick your path. I mean, in hindsight, that's pretty young. 17, you know, to go to school. 19
what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, right. So anyway, let us know if you're going back to school, or you know, how education has kind of impacted you and how you got your education in your field. Was it through college? Was it the school of hard knocks? Or just experience? You can do that two ways. Go to our Facebook fan page, or also don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at HR_show.
So was it a mentor, or was it somebody who impacted your life in weather? I mean, was it your schooling, or was it an internship?
Yeah, schooling, yeah. I had some trouble. I was actually going to school for astronomy.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a lot of math and physics, which I happen to have a tough time with. And so they came to me and said, you might want to rethink your major. And so I took a weather class and never looked back after that.
Well, Rick, you mentioned all those folks on the list being creative minds, and I think some of those creative thinkers have a hard time in college. Right. You know, so it's a struggle, you know, for them.
Albert Einstein, I mean, you know, he had trouble. Well, maybe not trouble in college, but he, you know, he didn't want to go there because he was
restless.
He was like,
they want to get on with it.
And
he wanted to do his own thing.
And the creative mind will find a way.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're a creative guy.
Thank you. Yeah, I come up with some creative graphics from time to time, and you know, maybe not the 7-day, but you know, I get a little with the morning show, throw in a couple of weird, interesting graphics.
Let's get creative.
Let's take a look and see what we've got. So today is pretty standard stuff. A little bit cooler today, lower 70s, mostly sunny skies. Going to be a nice day, but a northeast breeze picking up there later this morning at about 10 to 20 and some gusts up to 25 near the shore. Friday, still a little cool, lower 70s. Not bad at all, though. And then Saturday and Sunday, we get a bit of a warm-up, mid to upper 70s, and still lots of sunshine, lows in the 50s. That's going to be some really nice weather there. Going into Monday, Tuesday, we get a little bit more moisture, and so by Tuesday night and Wednesday, we'll see some showers, some scattered showers, and perhaps some thunderstorms as well. There'll be a weak system trying to come up the coast, and we're going to have to watch it because it could develop into something a little bit stronger, but right now, let's just say it's a decent chance for some rain. All right, so here's the pop quiz for the day. Hit the button. There we go. First clue is this, constructed in 1903. That doesn't help you too much. 1,800 artifacts. I thought that was interesting. Great view of the beach, and one of 3 basketball positions. I know there's 5 positions, but you know there's 3 main ones, so think about that. And maybe you can get that clue that way.
Okay.
All right.
Glad we have some time to work on that. Again, if you are the winner today, you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Chris Brown this Sunday night at Farm Bureau Live. Again, this prize courtesy of the brand new Bounce TV. It just launched this week. Check it out. It's on WAVY 10.2.
10.2?
Yep, it's a digital channel. And if you end up sitting next to Ariane, make sure you clear the way because she is going to be dancing in the aisles.
She's got some room in the kitchen today, huh, Ariane?
A Chris Brown impression. Okay, no. All right. In honor of this year's March of Dimes Signature Chefs Auction and WAVY TV 10's long-standing support of the event all month long on the Hampton Roads Show, if you've been watching, we've been putting the best chefs in Hampton Roads in our kitchen for a little preview of the Signature Chefs Auction. Today we have 2 more fantastic chefs, Eric Dornberger from Atlantic Shores in Virginia Beach, and of course Johnny Moe from Mallards in Onancock. Guys, welcome to the show again.
Glad to be here.
This is going to be a good throwdown. I'm feeling the energy right now. Johnny Moe, what are you making for us?
We're doing braised pork on sweet potato biscuits with a chipotle aioli. It's really fun.
Okay.
Nice and tasty.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. So healthy competition over here. What are you going to make for us, Eric?
I'm making an autumn pumpkin bisque with crostinis and toasted pumpkin seeds.
Okay. So what is the what's the key here? How are you doing?
Well, you know, making a 12-hour dish in 4 minutes is pretty tricky, but I think we can do it with our science, you know.
Yeah. You guys have like 6 pots going here. Who's is who? Are you guys being
Just
friendly
decide.
here
Yeah,
on the
it's all
top?
good.
We're just going to figure it out as we go along. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll use some of his. He's got some of mine. Figure it out.
And it's going to be your first time at the March of the Signature
No,
Chefs?
this
You've
will be
done that
my
before.
third
Your
time,
How
yeah.
about you, Eric?
I've been there for 5 years.
Okay, all right. Well, we're excited to have
Maybe
you guys.
6, I don't know.
Any upcoming fun events at the restaurants? Want to get out the way before we dive into our dishes?
Fall menu coming up soon at our place over on Eastern Shore, so come check us out in Nancock. It's good times.
How about you, Eric?
I have new menus in November in all the outlets, as well as we have an anniversary dinner coming up on the 21st, I believe.
All right.
And
Last time you were on, you had an extra audience. It was all the residents from Atlantic Shores where you're at.
Yeah.
That came to support you. So we're looking forward to this. We're going to start off with you, Johnny Mo, in a little bit when we come back. But let's just shake hands on it. Let's be friendly.
Right.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoa, the crane
He's
even.
going Karate Kid.
I know, we're excited. Soup and sandwich.
Soup and
Perfect.
sandwich.
All right, look at this. This is Lily. She's our Hampton Roadshow Pet Pal of the Week. She is a 3-month-old Basset Hound Beagle mix from Norfolk Animal Care Center. She is clearly very affectionate, but she also is keeping her nose to the ground for leads on a new home. She's caught a scent that her new family is right around the bend, and she really hopes her new family will find their way to her before the trail gets cold. You can adopt our Pet Pal of the Week. Call 441-5505. She's so
Lily,
cute.
what a nice
Oh my God,
puppy.
she's so cute.
What a nice,
she loves
friendly
that.
puppy.
She's like, "Stop."
Yep, not too big, not too small.
This is a friendly puppy here.
She's pretty.
Yes.
All right,
Lily's
she's going to
find a home.
She's good. I know. She's going today. She's going today. And we'll see more of Lily coming up throughout our show.
Sweet, sweet puppy. All right, fall cleaning week continues. Next on the Hampton Road Show, your deck can go from this to this. Coming up, the folks from McAllen Pressure Wash and Paint will tell you how easy it is to get your outdoor oasis, give it a new look, and make it look sparkling for the fall and winter.
All right, plus her talents have taken her to overseas to win the gold. In this morning's I Am Hampton Roads, we'll introduce you to a very special athlete with a huge passion.
All right, back in the kitchen now to kick off the Signature Chef's Preview Face-Off, and today we begin our first chef, the one and the only Johnny Mo from Mallards and Onancock. He's making that braised pork on a sweet potato biscuit.
Word.
You just got to say it like that.
That's right, you got
Sweet
to.
potato biscuit. All right, what do we start with?
All right, well, we've got
Ingredients.
some Boston butt. It's a nice
Boston
cut
butt?
of pork. Boston butt.
Boston
yes,
butt,
up
all
north,
right.
right?
Okay.
We're going to hit it with a little chipotle cinnamon seasoning here. We're going to be real generous with this.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is, this is a really long cooking process. We're going to cook it all day or overnight.
Okay.
But we start by searing it off in the pan.
All right.
So we've got some hot olive oil there. I'm going to throw
Oh, you do the
our
whole
garlic
clo-
in
okay.
there. Throw them, because that's going to go right in the crock pot. So
Okay.
we can leave the cloves whole.
All right.
Just get them a little color to them. Then we'll take our Boston butt. Whoop.
Hey,
Jump out
hey,
of
that
the magic
works too.
tongs
That
there.
works too.
How about that? All right. We'll get a good sear on that. We'll season the other side as well.
Okay. It's all
And
about
while that's-
seasoning.
Yes. While that's searing up, we're going to go ahead and make our barbecue sauce real
Okay.
quick. All right.
Am I in the way?
No, you're
All right,
golden.
okay, all
Good
right.
to go.
All right.
Basically, any barbecue sauce, you're going to start off with your ketchup
Okay.
and your seasonings, all that good stuff. So we've got some ketchup.
I don't think I've ever made barbecue sauce.
Oh, well, these are chipotle peppers. They're very popular nowadays. I've got some of those that I pureed up in the blender.
That's
so,
that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. And I've got some brown sugar. All right, chop that in there.
All right.
And a little bit of Guinness beer. All right. There we go.
Interesting.
It's good stuff.
Okay.
So that's a nice little rich
Would that
touch
just
to it.
that Guinness beer work? I mean, it would be weird
Any
if
dark
or
beer.
different. Okay,
Any dark beer is
All
good.
right, gotcha.
And then I have some pickled onions that we make, but I'm going to use a little bit of the vinegar, the pickling liquid, to put that little bit of twist of Kansas City and East
Wow.
North Carolina, you know?
All right.
So got a little mix of both there.
I like.
We'll get that stirred up, and that's our nice sauce. And that's going to also be our braising liquid.
Okay.
So we're going to pour that over top of the pork when we put it in the crock pot.
Okay.
We'll get rid of that.
All right.
All right. So our pork will get this nice color on it. And basically what we're doing is just searing the outsides to lock
Okay.
in all the juices. So
All
when
right.
you cook it in the crock pot, it holds those juices in and stays nice and moist.
Okay.
So we
How
got
long
that
did you say to sear on each side? About.
just till it's cooked
Okay.
on the outside.
All right.
About 30 seconds a minute. A hot pan would work better, but you know.
And
we're
the,
good
all
to
the,
go here.
the garlic cloves
Yeah.
go in the
We're
crock pot.
cooked.
Everything
We're
goes
just going
in.
to throw all that right
Okay.
into the crock pot. This is something you can do either right before you go to bed or right before you go to work.
How
Either
awesome
way.
are crock pots?
I love them. Nothing
All
like
right.
it. Nothing like
You
it.
can make anything in a crock pot.
That's right. Then we'll just cover it with this liquid, with the barbecue sauce we made.
Do you want? This doesn't even seem like a lot. Do you not want that much?
Well, we're going to add a little more Guinness there because you don't want to totally cover it. You just want to cover it about 3/4 of the way.
Okay.
All right, so we'll hit that with a little more liquid in there. Okay, and once again, this is going to reduce down as it's cooking.
Okay, and I have a feeling you already have one that's reduced down.
If you have a 4-year-old son who likes to break things, you might lose your glass top to your crock pot, but you can improvise. There you go.
Look at what the... All right, that works. I like.
So what you do is cook that, start it on high on your crock pot setting, let it go for about 2 or 3 hours, then turn it down low and go to sleep. Or go to work, vice versa.
Okay.
But you let it go all night long. It's a lot of love, a lot of time, but anything that takes a long time always tastes good, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so then for a plating presentation, we're going to take these delicious sweet potato biscuits. If you can hand me that knife over there, please.
I can.
These are made by the Corner Bakery in Nancock, which is where we're from, and they're delicious. So we'll just split those in half. We're going to plop them just for a single portion. We'll just put 2 on there.
All right.
And then I have some stunt pork over here that we made ahead of time.
This is
this is that. After the pork braises all night long, you've got it. It's nice and it just kind of pulls apart.
Wow.
Really, just like
it pulls apart that easily. Oh,
very easily. It just falls apart. You won't be able to take it out of there in one piece.
Okay.
All right. Plop that on there. If you hear me, that barbecue sauce over there.
Boom.
We'll do some little. This is our chipotle aioli.
Chipotle ole.
You got it.
Chipotle ole. Aioli.
And this is our barbecue sauce. After we finish braising the pork, you put that into a pot and you reduce it down until it thickens back up. And now you have your barbecue sauce. It's a cooking liquid, the braising liquid reduced down.
Okay.
And then we'll take just a little bit of our quick pickled onions.
All right.
Put them on top with the capers. And a little garlic, some pickled garlic in there, and some capers. And get that rogue caper out of there. And that's it. Pretty much quick and easy. You know?
Really? Look at
we can turn a 12-hour dish into 3.5 minutes.
Presentation. Now, do you serve this at
We do serve it at the restaurant at Mallard's. And it's on the menu all the time, lunch and dinner. So you can come in and check us out 7 days a week, right on the water.
So are you looking forward to this year for the Signature Chefs event?
Every year. Every year it's a really, really fun time. And this is my 3rd time doing it. So it's good camaraderie with all the chefs. You know.
You're the musical chef. Are you going to be singing, perhaps?
I always have my guitar with me.
People are there.
That's a big part of our auction package. So those of you guys out there that want to come to the March of Dimes event, make sure you come and check us out. There'll be some live music from me. And
you just come off the top of the head. Like, he doesn't even, like, you just...
I get up on the auction block and start making up songs about the people that are bidding on me. You know,
and they love that event.
Yeah, we do. It's a lot of fun.
The March of Dimes Signature Chefs event is October 16th at the Founders Inn in Spawn, Virginia Beach. You can always go online, marchofdimes.com, 361-0000. And also, we want to showcase your cookbooks here that you got out every time you come on. So, Johnny Mo, fist bump it out.
All right.
Good job. Thanks. Awesome. Okay, buzz time.
All right, Rock in the Kitchen once again. It is time to check in at the Buzz Center. Folks are talking about our hot topics today and the passing of Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, even though it wasn't shocking because folks knew he had been battling pancreatic cancer. Still, you'd think about a young guy, 56 years old, and all of his
huge impact on humanity.
Yep. So we were asking you this morning what you thought about the passing of Steve Jobs. David said the tech world lost their Walt Disney. And
that's a good point because he did start Pixar.
I know. I didn't learn that until this morning.
Yeah,
He's a huge shareholder.
You know, he combined arts and technology, and that was a big deal for him. And, you know, with iTunes as well, he helped save the music industry.
He helped save my long runs.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without the iPod.
And the iPod, for sure.
Yep. Mike says, I guess we all like to think that we made a difference in what we do. Steve Jobs made a difference. He was an innovator and a visionary. He made a tremendous difference. Most of the people in this country either have used one of his products or seen a Pixar movie. May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, and who knows what next. What is I next? And we're also talking about, you know, he was a dropout. Is that right?
Yep.
And there's a lot of famous dropouts. And do you really need that education, or do you need to get a path and go straight for it? Well, we've got a few thoughts on that. Katie says, I think you need to follow your heart. You can drop out and make something of yourself, or you might end up going back. I say live with no regrets. Yeah. I like that. Cindy Stolberger says, I left college after 2 years to marry my sailor and travel with him around the world. That was 23 years ago. I may not be a multi-millionaire like the others above, but I have a great job and wonderful family and still with my sailor and our 2 daughters. So if you've seen the world, that's a good education in itself.
That's wicked romantic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And Mike says, well, in the case of Steve Jobs and Walt Disney, they were innovators. Today a degree is needed more than it was years ago. Place won't even look at you unless you have a college degree. Is it important? It depends on what field you go into, and
I think that's very true.
If you get the right person, if you can get in the right situation, you might be able to shoot to the top. But it certainly helps.
Yeah,
in some
it does.
cases.
But the good news is, it's one of those things. You know what where other things in life there comes that maybe too late point. Education is just not one of them, you know, and there are so many, if this has you thinking, boy, I never did finish that degree. I mean, all of the colleges and universities in our area really work with adults, you know, to help them wrap it up. All right, keep your comments coming. You can do that at our Facebook page, and don't forget you can follow us at Twitter at HR_show.
All right, when it comes to competition, Stephanie Wards is no rookie. The 29-year-old Special Olympics athlete has won numerous medals in many different sports, but for her, the satisfaction comes in knowing that she's doing something that she loves, all while making a difference. Check out her story in this morning's I Am Hampton Roads.
I like Special Olympics because I like to compete, and I like to win, and I like to beat people like top players in tennis.
What sports do you play?
I play tennis, volleyball, and basketball. Sometimes I do powerlifting, but I don't do that anymore. So powerlifting, you're going to do to pull up weights, and sometimes we do squats and bench press and a deadlift. I lifted 185 pounds for the deadlift.
What was going through your mind?
Well, in my mind, because I like to win, though, and I like to compete, and to meet new friends. My dad came to watch me do powerlifting, and my dad never flown before, so it was his first time to watch his daughter play, so.
Was that special for you?
Yes, that was so special for me. Tennis is my favorite sport.
Why? Why
and because I like to beat people, beat tall players, because I'm a short person. I'm the first women gold medal USA of Virginia Beach, and I got a silver and a bronze, and I got a 4th-place ribbon. I'm a global messenger of Virginia Beach, and I do a lot of speeches, and I don't get nervous. I just go up there and say it and get it done. I talk about Special Olympics, about state games, to come out and cheer for us, to be a fan.
What does it mean to you when you guys have people there cheering for you?
Well, for cheering is so exciting, and they can support other people.
How has your mom and dad supported you?
Well, a lot. And my brother Jake, yeah, he's. Sometimes my parents usually take me to practice. They usually take me to tournaments. If we don't have to catch a bus, they have to take us. So. Yeah.
How has Special Olympics helped you as a person?
For Special Olympics, as I was a person,
what's it done for you? You know, what do you get out of it?
Well, I like it a lot because I like to compete and like to win, so to beat other people. Well, my favorite hobbies I like to do is like photography. I do arts and crafts. I make happy birthday cards and anniversary cards, and I usually do a lot. I like to listen to music. I got a pet peacock, so.
Really?
Yes.
You have a pet peacock?
Yes.
What is your pet peacock's name?
Petey.
Petey. I've never met anybody that had a pet peacock. That is a first for me, I must say. What's the feeling like after you win and when you're standing up there and they put a medal around your neck?
I was so proud of myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you. We'll definitely be rooting you on, and hopefully we'll have plenty more medals to bring home.
I will. I'm Stephanie Ward. I am Hampton Roads.
Yay! Stephanie's next competition is this Saturday at Langley Air Force Base. Also, her volleyball team has been selected to compete at the state games November 5th through 6th in Virginia Beach. And, of course, to learn more about Special Olympics, it's a great organization. Just go to specialolympicsva.org.
Good for her. I like how she said she liked to beat the tall people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She says she likes to compete and she likes to win. She is fierce. So.
And she's done well. Congratulations to Stephanie.
Yeah.
That's great. Love the Special Olympics. All right, still ahead on the Hampton Roads Show. Does this look like your house? As fall cleaning week continues, we'll chat with the folks from McCown Pressure Wash and Paint about why fall is a great time to give your home a freshen up inside and out.
But first, Bill Cosby is coming to the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute this month. We'll tell you why he's coming to town and how you can be part of the fun.
And don't forget about our pop quiz. You could win a pair of tickets to see Chris Brown this Sunday night at Farm Bureau Live in Virginia Beach, courtesy of the brand new Bounce TV, now on WAVY TV 10.2. Just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. Click on that pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen.
we're back on the Hampton Road Show on this Thursday morning. Our live audience today is from the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute, and they're having their first huge fundraising gala coming up. And for a first one, you've scored a pretty huge guest. Bill Cosby is coming to town to help out. Here to tell us more is Dr. Cynthia Keppel. She's the HUPD Scientific and Technical Director. And then in a moment, we'll talk with Corinne Biagas. She is the Director of Development for this center. I remember when we did a story about the Proton Therapy Institute coming to Hampton Roads, and what a big deal it is for cancer patients in our area. But for folks who aren't familiar with HUPD and what it does and how it's different than other treatments, can you tell folks a little something about it?
Absolutely. It's arguably the most advanced cancer treatment in the world. There's only 9 centers in the entire country, and our center is actually the largest in the entire world. It's very high precision treatment, only delivers damaging dose to the tumor and not surrounding tissue, so the hallmark of it is reduced side effects.
Right, because if you've ever been through chemotherapy or you know somebody who's gone through some of the traditional treatments, those side effects get you.
Absolutely, absolutely. In a perfect world, you want to only kill the tumor and not impact the rest of the patient. Proton therapy is as close as we can get to that today. And it's a very large center, very exciting project, and we're looking forward to celebrating it with our gala.
All right, let's talk to Corinne a little bit about the gala that's coming up. Bill Cosby coming to town.
Bill Cosby, absolutely. And in addition to Bill Cosby, we're going to have a performance by the Whispers.
Wow.
We will have a silent auction, and the proceeds of this event will go toward cancer research, but more importantly, it's going to go toward creating a fund for patients who may need assistance in paying their medical costs. We are still looking for sponsorships. We're still selling individual tickets, and we're still accepting donations for our silent auction. So if you're interested in any of that, you can log on to our website, www.hamptonproton.org, or if you have any questions, you can call me directly at 757-251-6841.
That's such a good point, because for people who are fighting to live, they shouldn't have to worry about whether they can afford to live and survive through their treatment.
Absolutely.
All right, again, if you would like more information about the upcoming fundraiser, the information is right there on your screen to benefit the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. It's Friday, October 28th. It's at 7 o'clock at the Hampton Roads Convention Center, www.hamptonproton.org, or you can call 727-5743. And I want to take a second and say hello to my little buddy Jacob Ralston. He's a pediatric cancer patient who has benefited from proton therapy, and also to Ella Wells and her mom Amy. They've had to travel outside our area to get this therapy previously, so it's so great that it's here in Hampton Roads for kids like them and other patients. All right, check out the gala. Go if you can. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. When we come back, Chef Eric Dornberger is in the kitchen, and he's ready to take on Johnny Moe in the March of Dimes Signature Chef's Preview Challenge. We'll get started in just a moment. Stay with us. Good job. Welcome back in the kitchen now to kick off the Signature Chef's Preview Face-Off today. Johnny Moe already made his braised pork on sweet potato biscuit. Now it is Eric Dornberger's turn from the Atlantic Shores in Virginia Beach. Today he's going to try out his skills with the delicious autumn pumpkin bisque, right?
That's right. We'll do soup in 4 minutes.
I'm smelling
Absolutely.
it. Tell us about your ingredients first. What you got?
Well, we have our carrots, onions, and celery. We have fresh ginger, garlic. I have some brown sugar as well as some fresh thyme. There's oil, salt, and pepper. Excuse me, our pumpkin.
Okay.
And I've got some toasted pumpkin seeds for a little garnish later on.
I love pumpkin seeds. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What do we need to get started?
All right.
Hot
Start
pans.
off with everything's nice and hot.
Okay.
A little oil in the pan.
Oh, that just came out of the oven.
It did,
You guys are serious here.
It's a little warm. Put that in.
It's a mix of what? Carrots, onions, celery?
Carrots, onions, and celery. Put our fresh ginger in there. Let me grab this spoon. Stir that up.
All right. The hot.
That's also.
You keep forgetting it came out that way.
That's also a little warm.
The sweet potatoes?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, this is the pumpkin.
Oh, the pumpkin.
Put the pumpkin in there.
I mean, this screams fall, autumn.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the autumn pumpkin.
Get all that in there.
Okay.
And we'll stir that up.
You make this often?
I made some this morning. I had to try it out. But I do. I make autumn soups, winter soups. I have some hot chicken stock.
Okay.
We'll add that in, stir it up.
Okay.
And we have some cream here. We'll put that in.
Secret ingredients.
Yeah, also nice and hot.
And typically, how long do you want this to cook if you're making this?
You want to simmer this for at least an hour,
okay.
if not a little longer. We'll go ahead and add our fresh thyme. I have a little nutmeg here.
All right.
Put that in.
Are you excited about the event?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Got to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah,
no,
I was going to say. Are you going to make something a lot like a soup? Maybe you can have a little sneak preview, or it's going to have to be a surprise?
No, it's totally a surprise.
Okay.
And here's the last thing.
Oh, my goodness. What is that?
We'll puree this up to an emulsion blender.
It looks like a pressure washer.
And we're just going to take all those vegetables and aromatics and puree it up into the dish.
I've seen the little ones, and that is massive.
Yeah.
Robot coop.
Robo coop.
Robo coop. Okay.
All right.
Kind of purees it. All right.
There we go. We'll do that.
Wow.
And then our plate.
I'm going to plate it up. The bag.
We can plate it up.
It's okay.
Things aren't so
And do you
hot.
serve this to your residents over at Atlantic Shores? Because
I do
they
a
love
pumpkin
you.
bisque for, yeah, absolutely. I do a pumpkin.
Last time you were here, he had a whole audience to himself. How fun was that?
Exactly.
And look at this pumpkin that you carved out.
It was, yeah, I
Trying to
carved
find the right
out.
one?
Yeah,
You got 4 there?
I do.
Okay.
It was good. Could you turn that off?
Yes. Turn it off. All of them? You want all of them off?
Sure.
Okay.
Got a little of the soup and put a little
Look
garnish
at
there.
that.
And we have the toasted pumpkin seeds. Gotta put that around. Oh, and I have something else. I almost forgot.
All right.
Got a little savory whipped cream. And we can just, it's got a little cayenne pepper in there. And we'll just put a little dollop on top.
Wow.
And there it is.
Autumn pumpkin bisque.
Autumn pumpkin bisque.
Wow, look at that. This is great. I love the little pumpkin carve out, and you put the soup and eat it in the pumpkin.
Put it in
Kinda
there.
like the bread
It's cute. It's kick off to the fall.
Yeah.
You'll impress your party guests if you use a more interesting vessel. Food vessel. It's lightly roasted. It's soft inside.
Okay. I'm impressed. Interesting. We can't wait to taste both of them. Let folks know really quick where you're located at down in Virginia Beach.
We are at 1200 Atlantic Shores Avenue in Virginia Beach off of General Booth Boulevard.
And how long have you been there?
2 months.
2 months.
Yes,
You're enjoying
I just
it?
started. I love it. It's fantastic. It's a great place to work.
Well, Eric Dornberger, great work. Fist bump on that one again.
Oh,
that is a serious. I'm still trying to get over that. But he's going to be out there, of course, at the March of Dimes Signature Chefs event. Again, want to remind you, it's October 16th at the Founders Inn and Spa in Virginia Beach. You can always go online, marchofdimes.com, 361-0000. And myself, I'm going to be out there along with Nicole Livis. So we will definitely make our rounds to come see you and Johnny Moe at the table. And we'll get the taste test going here at the end of the show. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, nothing can make your home sparkle like a good cleaning and pressure washing, and now that summer heat has given way to cooler fall temperatures, it's a great time to paint and refresh your home. And here now to debunk some of the common myths of pressure washing and painting in the winter months is Bob McCown from McCown Pressure Wash and Painting. Bob, why is the fall such a good time of year to get that job done?
Well, for us, it's a lot less things to have to worry about working around. Most people hadn't put in their fresh plants or their fresh mulch. Most people have their windows closed. This time of year you don't have to worry about everybody leaving their windows open and possibly getting water inside their windows and that type of thing.
All right, we're going to show some before and after pictures because it really makes a big difference. But what you see before and what you see after is pretty much amazing. Talk about some of the myths that go with pressure washing.
Well, like earlier, you were like, I'm going to pressure wash, hard pressure wash, but our system is more of a low pressure wash with a hot water,
right?
With a cleaner in it. So I literally could hold it 2 feet away from your face and not, do any damage to your face. So we're not blowing water up underneath the siding or doing any damage of that nature, or blasting the siding where it comes off of your house.
You are not going to put that 2 feet from my face. You can say that, but I won't let you do that.
If it didn't have a chemical in it, it wasn't 180 degrees.
Okay. So it is chemical, and it's heat. It's the heat that does it, pretty much, right?
Absolutely. You wash your dishes in hot water or cold water.
Okay, because I gotta admit, every time I pull out my pressure washer, I'm destroying something.
Right.
So I'm doing it wrong.
Not the system that we use, but I would recommend not blasting your vinyl siding because it does put water up underneath and does cause moisture in between your sheathing and your siding.
Okay, and this is a great time of year to not just you know, pressure wash the outside of your house, but also get that deck and your fence. If some people say, I'm going to wait till spring, it might not be a good idea.
Well, I mean, the winter months are definitely hard on your surfaces, so if they need to be painted now, they're only going to get worse.
Right.
You need to protect your investment. I mean, if it's in need of it right now, do it now. Don't wait till the spring. It's only going to get worse.
Well, let's talk about between now and spring, it's the cold winter months. At what point do you have to shut it down because it's too cold, or can you continue on throughout the whole season?
We wash, because we have hot water, up to 32 or down to 32 degrees.
Right.
Any lower than that, obviously, even with the hot water, it will make ice on the sidewalks and that type of thing when we leave. But with the painting, you know, the technology with Sherwin-Williams paint right now, they have a low temp 35, so we can paint down to 35 degrees.
So you all in one, you'll clean it and then paint it, and it'll look sparkling brand new afterwards.
Definitely want to clean it before you do any painting.
And talk about this Sherwin-Williams product. This is a great product, isn't it?
It sure is. I mean, it's a lifetime product. It's got a permalast technology. Basically, it goes on like 10 mil thick. I mean, it's pretty thick.
There is no better time to get that fall cleaning done than right now. And if you mention that you saw this on the Hampton Road Show to McCown Pressure Wash and Painting, 10% off, right?
Correct. Yep.
So there's a good deal right there. McCown Pressure Wash and Painting. You can find out more at McCownPressureWash.com. Or call them at 631-2127. I have to throw this in, Bob. Your brother Bill and I play some baseball together, so in between pressure washing.
Against each other?
Well, we kind of play together. We coach together, so we've been doing that for a while, so it's been fun.
Cool.
But Bob, thanks a lot, and have a good fall.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, still to come on the Hampton Road Show. Not only is it time to freshen up the outside of your house, but inside we've brought back our favorite organizing expert, Amy Volk. She's going to give us some tips for getting in those closets and making some room.
And of course, there's still time to enter to win a pair of tickets to see Chris Brown this Sunday night at Farm Bureau Live in Virginia Beach, thanks to the new Bounce TV, just launched this week on WAVY TV 10-2. Log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. Click on the pop quiz trivia to get your name in to win. All right. Welcome back to the Buzz Center.
Welcome back, everybody. We are buzzing this morning.
Steve Jobs, unfortunately, passed away last night, but he made such an impact on the world of technology.
His footprint was huge. It's huge. So,
you have an iPhone?
I do not. I have a Droid.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm you know, we'll
try
it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're sharing technology.
We're getting
we got a big thumbs up. Hey, you know what? Even Steve Jobs said that, you know, some of his ideas he stole from other people. So find an idea, make it better.
Stephanie was saying he had, what, 317 patents.
Wow.
Yeah. For Apple. How crazy is that? All right, so we wanted to know what are your thoughts on that, about your smartphones and whatnot. Donna Lauer, seller, says, we upgraded to an Apple MacBook, and now I could not go back to a PC. I don't blame you. I have a MacBook Pro, and it is the best thing ever. Richard Clayton says, everybody makes a difference every day. Steve Jobs was no different. He was not a god. He was not superhuman. He just thought of something before anyone else did.
It affected a lot of people.
Yeah, and then Monty Greer here now. Come on. He says, I honestly had no clue who he was until now. Monty.
Come on, Monty.
But he didn't graduate. He dropped out of college, and so that led to the question: how
important is
super
that
successful?
education?
He's a billionaire. You know, Bill Gates is another one. Walt Disney, Sean Connery. A lot of folks in the entertainment world just seeing kind of what is the value of a degree. And the education part of it, and you can still be successful.
That's right. And LaToya Turner says, I don't believe it's passing on education. I believe that people learn in different ways. I spent 2 years in college, yet I've learned so much outside the classroom. Throwing a textbook at someone is not always the best option. Emily Brooks says, my dad passed on it and has been at Railroad for 30 years, and he banks and made sure I had the silver spoon when I was born. Yes, I'm a spoiled brat. Well, your parents did something right for you, I'm sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for sending us your comments on Facebook. And, of course, we're on Twitter at @HR_show.
All right, a big part of fall cleaning is not so much, scrubbing, but getting organized. Professional organizer Amy Volk joins us now with her 5 fall organizing must-dos. Hi, Amy.
Hi. It's actually 4. Sorry, I only brought 4.
That's okay.
I want you to think
5 can be do it.
Yes, exactly. Just do it. The 4 things I want you to think about: think closets, think drawers, think paper, and think outside. So broad categories, because there's a lot inside each of those. But let's go over some things that you can really, really do this season. So if we're thinking closets, linen closets, clothing closets, storage closets, go to your linen closets, and I really encourage people to pare it down to one set of sheets that's on the bed, 1 set of sheets for backup. So 2 for each bed in your house is really, really, and maybe an extra set for some guests if you need to throw them on the blow-up mattress or whatever. But pare that down, get all your sets together, get your towels and washcloths paired up, that kind of thing. So clean that up. In our hall closet, you and I were talking about how important, like we love the shoe pocket organizer. Not everyone has a space for that. So get all your hats, mittens, gloves, all that stuff in a nice basket. This one's nice because the little guys, your little kids in your house can hold this basket, dig through it, find what they want, and put it back in the closet. Get all that stuff. If you are someone who has a house that you need to switch out clothes because of space, things like a soft under the bed organizer that we have here, you can pick up anywhere.
Sometimes they're called like dish storage, but if there's one thing you've taught us, it doesn't matter what its original purpose was. If you find a better one.
Yeah, whatever it says it's supposed to be on there, it does not matter if it fits the space or the purpose you need. Make sure your clothes are clean, dry cleaned. Do not, I've said before, do not store clothes in dry cleaner bags. It actually produces mold and bugs can get under there. Take them out, but make sure they're clean. Get them switched out. So that's closets. When we're thinking drawers, I brought one of my kitchen drawers because you can see it's not perfect. It's sort of our gum stash drawer. But what I suggest in here is get a timer, and over the winter and fall, set your timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe you only have 5 minutes. And if you will just open a drawer, set your timer, work on it for 5, 10, 15 minutes, timer goes off, shut the drawer. If you'll just do that several days a week, you'll slowly get through all of your drawers. And it's a great time in the winter because these are small projects. We're stuck inside. We can't get outside.
And it's amazing how much can accumulate in a little drawer.
In a little bit.
And I mean, you put these things in there and then you forget that you find bills and stuff.
My mother-in-law's glasses. So, really? All kinds of stuff. So work on the drawers, and the instructions on how to do that are here.
Camera?
A little,
underwater
who has
camera?
those anymore? So think outside is the other big thing. We talked about the pressure washing. Make sure your windows are caulked and sealed. Gutters. We want to think about all that stuff. Bring the cushions in. Make sure they're getting cleaned off and you have a place to put them. And then consider working on the garage so you can actually park in there this winter.
Not what it's for.
Just consider it. And last is think paper. Paper is always our beast.
Yeah,
Here's a huge file that needs to get purged. But think paper. Think about working on piles. Again, set your timer, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Go through a pile. When the timer goes off, move on. But do that several times a week, and you will slowly get through your piles.
This is where that fear of throwing things away comes in for a lot of people. They feel like, oh, I need to hold on to this receipt. For 10 years. You know what I mean?
And in most cases, I'm saying 99.5% of the cases, unless it's taxes, you can retrieve that piece of paper again electronically in our day and age. Yeah, you don't really need to hold on to a whole lot.
There's some good guides, even, I know you've talked about it before, but even online, you can even just kind of Google, what documents should I keep?
Exactly.
And you'll find you probably don't need all this. Sorry if this came from your real house.
And this is actually a file I need to purge, so it's even my own good advice for myself.
Let's get started.
Get the timer.
There you go. All right, if you want more information about Amy's organizing tips for fall or any time of year, we're going to link her website to our website at thehamptonroadshow.com. Good ideas as always.
Happy fall.
Got a little buddy here on the couch.
Yep, so we got to help her today.
Lily, she's 3 months old. Remember, you can adopt her.
Lily, a Basset Beagle mix. If you would like to take this wonderful puppy home, call 441-5505. Lily is a sweet puppy, very friendly.
Yeah.
In the Norfolk Animal Care
Got some
Center.
energy.
She's got energy, Jeremy. I don't know. She's kind of whimpering.
I'd like to hear her howl.
She wants to go play.
Quiet.
She wants a big yard. She wants to go run around with some kids. That's what she wants to do. So adopt this pet. Good.
I think we're going to hear it.
All right, 441-5505.
For Lily.
All right.
Norfolk Animal Care Center. All right, I don't have this answer yet.
No, yeah,
I think I
looked at it again. I was like, "Ooh, that's a little bit tougher than I thought." But let's take a look at the clues again. And so, constructed in 1903, 1,800 artifacts, historical artifacts. Great view of the beach, and one of 3 basketball positions. So
something.
Center, point guard,
center, forward,
Center
guard,
for Research and Enlightenment.
Guard, maybe like old Coast Guard station.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I didn't
sorry.
get it.
That's the buttons there. There we go.
I may have to take issue with that.
I'm
That was a recent postcard from Hampton Roads. I thought it was in the 1700s that it was actually.
Yeah, I think the building that housed the old Coast Guard station was 1903. They did have some piece of it, I think, built before that, but I think the what they call those Coast Guard.
I think you're trying to get away on a technicality.
The winner, we'll notify you. Get Chris Brown tickets this weekend, but in the meantime, we're going to head over to the kitchen and try out these dishes. You guys ready? Want to go, Lily?
Let's go, Lily.
Let's go.
Lily wants to try the Boston butt.
The barbecue and the sweet potato biscuit, very good. How's the bisque?
I'm just going to say the bisque is awesome. I have to choose between the two. I'm going with the bisque because my wife, Kathy, fixed a Boston butt this past weekend, and I'm not picking yours over my wife, but so.
Smart guy.
This is amazing, but if I have to go with just because we're always like a two-way tie, so we'll pick one. I'm gonna have to go with the bisque.
You're going with presentation?
I did tell Eric about major style points.
Wait a minute, Jeremy hasn't weighed in
pumpkin,
yet.
So
probably the barbecue. I mean, the bisque is great. This barbecue, the flavor at the end is really good.
I'm over here eating both of them. I have no shame in my game. That's what I'm saying. It's got a little lid.
Don't forget the March of Dimes Signature Chefs event is October 16th at the Founders Inn in Spa in Virginia Beach. Visit www.marchofdimes.com or call 361-0000 for more information.
But we love both of you guys. You're great. I mean, you guys are always rocking it here on the Hampton Roads show. Right, they check it out. Good job. Don't forget there,
Bill Cosby's coming to town, which brings us to our studio audience. Thanks to the folks from the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. Don't forget about their upcoming gala and fundraiser. We'll put that information at thehamptonroadshow.com as well.
And thanks to McCown Pressure Wash and Paint. Nobody does it better than McCown Pressure Wash and Paint. Thanks to good job to Bob.
2 feet away from your face.
That's right.
And I want to thank Stephanie Wards for sharing her story in today's I Am Hampton Roads, and come back and join us tomorrow, Live Music Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Wrapping up the week, so it'll be a lot of fun.
See you later.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Awesome, guys.